Hi, I'm Atdhe. In this video, we're going to talk about the IoT forensics and artifacts. So what we want to follow and what we're going to need. So I'm going to go over step by step by capturing some of the volatile IoT data that are running in the MQTT broker. So I'm going to need and use two different environments. So this would be the Cal Linux that I use. And the next one is the Ubuntu one, which is the actual MQTT broker gateway that is running and capturing information from the sensor itself. So that would be the thing that we're going to do. So I'm going to open, first of all, the terminal and get to know and be familiar with that IP address that we're going to need for further communicating with this environment. So this would be the very first step whenever you would step in with digital forensic investigation, and you would ask those owners, administrators, and IT people that would guide you with documentation and more information about the target of those evidences that you want to capture and acquire. And since it's that way, so we're gonna have this IP address. Let's ping it. So it's already having communication. Both of those I set up for educational purposes within one same network, running within a hypervisor visual box. And what we're gonna do? So in the beginning, we're going to see what would be, so the environment would be one. The target VM, the target environment would be this Mosquito broker, this Ubuntu environment that we already have it here. So that would be the target. And the analyst and digital forensic analyst investigator machine would be this Cal Linux that I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do on the first step, collect volatile data. We said that we have non-volatile data and volatile data. Volatile data would be all about those data that would be sitting within a memory that whenever the environment is operating, running, would generate some data, some very valuable evidence, forensic evidence, and we might capture those. Why not? Whenever we step in investigating an IoT case, let's look more on what are our chances, so we would be able to capture some of the memory dump, some of the volatile data that would be already generated. So what I'm going to do, so over this, I'm going to be using the SSH from my environment, that is analyst environment, that I'm trying to acquire and collect and capture as much as those volatile data I'm going to do. The way that you're going to do it would be this way. So this would be an environment, so you would know the IP address of a target machine that you want to capture something, and you would be using SSH protocol. In this case, would be just a matter of authentication of using providing the password of both those environments that would be let you in. So this would be us on the target machine that is already running the MQTT broker and have that all the information that we wanted to capture. So that would be, so this would be the remote environment. Next, what we're going to do, so since we use those parameters, next we're going to use some commands that would help us to see the process list. So PSaux would be that would grep, for example, in this case, we want to see, since Mosquito is an MQTT broker and is using Mosquito, so we're going to see the default port if it's there and running. So we're going to grep and see if what is running, and specifically for a service port that is related to the MQTT, we're going to do this way. And we know that there is something, it's there, so it's running, it's open. So if we want to just to see the process list, we can do that, and we can see the whole list, all the processes running within that target environment. So you can do one or the other. That would be the, so PS would be process status, AUX would be showing all users, would be more user-oriented format, and that would just be showing process that would not be attached to the terminal. And what would be the next setting? So seeing the active sessions. So you would be doing that way, that we would be using these commands. And let me just mentioning that for you, explain for you. So this command would be used for that purpose. So what is those? So sudo netstat -anp grep and the port of a Mosquito, or you would just type Mosquito. So parameters would be that way. So a netstat would display the number of connections that are already made. A would show all the sockets and would show addresses and numbers, not names. and the P would show the process ID. So we're going to get to learn more on the process ID. If we go on the top of this result, we're going to see PID, user, and then the resources that has been utilized, and all the process start and time and command that is used. So that would be showing this way. And if you want to grep something related on your interest of digital forensic investigation for the, in this case, 1883 port, that would mean that you are after an MQTT protocol in this case, or something else. And those would be the parameters that we would use. But if you want to further see and capture what on a volatile data, first you would initiate this process. So you would see what is running. First of all, you have the regional environment over this SSH protocol that we use, seeing what's running, matter of processes, and then figuring out what would be the volatile data that I wanted to capture further.